I mean, that it just excites me beyond belief because it's such a mind-bending thought.
It is.
To do the same to you, Candice?
Yes, I mean, how does life come from non-life?
Yeah.
And I think they've done a lot of experiments showing that it can happen, but hearing Andy explain it in that way, and I mean, whenever I listen to him, I just think I've learned so much.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He breaks it down into digestible bits, doesn't he?
Yes, and there is so much going on that we don't know, and I love these advancements now that we're getting in physics in particular, and the exploration of outer space, and also, you know, people are starting to wonder, you know, was what happened in our particular solar system unique, or could it have been replicated all over the universe?
Yeah.
And even just the fact of, you know, being able to collect these samples is just amazing.
Oh,
you know,
it's phenomenal.
Space travel just restores your faith in humanity like nothing else, because we live in such pessimistic times.
Totally.
But you think of the amazing things that human beings are doing, and you just feel so inspired.
It's been on a journey of 1.2 billion miles.
Yeah. It's taken 7 years.
It's your daily commute, isn't it?
It's
That's quite incredible.
It is for stuff like that. It's just mind-blowing when you actually... If you even think about simple things like infinity...
And beyond.
Infinity, eternity, all things like that.
You
You just start to freak out. It's just absolutely... What these scientists get their heads around is phenomenal.
Also, the effort just to get this little small piece.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
Absolutely mind-blowing. Candice, Mail on Sunday. What's this about Downton Abbey and a wedding? And
So it's unusual for me. I wouldn't normally pick a celebrity story.
Right.
But actually what I was interested in about this is that Michelle Dockery has remarried, because she was widowed at a very young age.
Oh.
Her husband died tragically when he was about 35 years old. And she's managed to find love again. And I just think that's amazing, because I have known people who've been widowed at very young ages and they're not expecting it. It's hard to lose your partner at any age, but to find love again is amazing, because the grief you experience it can almost become a block to forming a new relationship and finding that happiness. And it's something that no one of that age ever expects, that they will lose someone so young. So when I saw it, I felt really happy for her, because I remember when I first read it, I just thought, that is so sad, such a young woman to lose the love of her life.
That's a lovely story. Should we go to something very different?
yes.
Fraser, pushing their buttons, Texas drivers are left furious. Why? Can we go to that? Do we have a clip for this?
Yeah, we do.
Poor old Austin, Texas, they've had self-driving cars unleashed onto the roads, and there's an amazing video of just this long traffic jam of all of these self-driving autonomous cars just unable to move.
Oh, here we go.
So this is them all. It just looks like a standard traffic jam, doesn't it? But they've caused it themselves.
Yeah, it goes on forever, and it seems to be, because the cars don't know how to deal with each other or how to deal with the road. They're just, standing still. I think one of the interesting things about these cars is that they actually, the technology is just not there yet, unfortunately. But they've been unleashed onto the world anyway.
Can you not take them over manually? You'd think you could.
Well, I think they're run by like not Uber, but one of these sort of car sharing companies. So I don't think the people in there are allowed to sort of take over.
Yeah.
But one thing that people don't really think about is that actually, when pedestrians get on the road, that seems to be a big problem. When things are busy, but because actually. You need to actually drive your car at pedestrians to get rid of them sometimes when they're sort of spilling over. And an autonomous car is programmed not to do that, because it would be unsafe.
Yeah, I think I'd rephrase that slightly differently.
If you have...
but I know what you mean. If people are crossing the road and the cars just stop, they will just continue to cross.
Well, not necessarily crossing the road, but if they're spilling out onto the road, it's usually, you need to actually... Sometimes you need to be a bit aggressive.
I'm not sure I trust the tech yet.
No, on that note, we need to take a break before you landed in a whole load of trouble. Thank you both. See you later on. Let's go check on the weather.